Mr. Keith Carter.
Hello everyone, my name is Keith Carter, and what I call this, what I'm doing today is, it's my journey living with HIV over 38 years of hope, advocacy, and resilience. So to start out with, I want to thank the Division of HIV Health, Dr. Brady, for inviting me to do this, and so here we go. So, my beginning, my journey started with, in March 1987, I went to rehab at Carrier Clinic in New Jersey for some substance abuse issues. And when I went in there, they asked me if I would do an HIV test. And I said, the motivation behind that test was wrong because I was more to punish my dad than it was for me to get a test. But getting that test, there was a reason I got the testing back then. We had a Western blot, we had a device test. Those tests took forever. So I went in for a treatment meeting, and on that day I found out that I knew I was going to test positive. I just knew it inside. My psychiatrist told me that I was positive, and I immediately got up and said, "Tell me that." So I said, "I'm leaving." So I ran to get off campus so I could get in. It was a mental institution, so I could get checked in and out afterwards. And I'll never forget this woman. Her name was Senator Gospel, and they came with Dr. Strong Arms. They called me, and I think we cried outside for like half an hour. But she said, "I'm not going to let me die." And that was really, I don't think I would recover from that for like 2 or 3 weeks. That I didn't. I think I'm still recovering from it. So this is a disease that you need the support of your friends and family and loved ones, and the people in this room that I get that unconditional love and support from all the time. And they tell me when I'm good, they tell me when I'm bad, they tell me when I have to change. But they know where I was, and they're up here with me. And a lot of people can't make that journey with you. They always want to keep you here, and then they're going to make you get here. So that's so important. So don't think you have to do this by yourself because you can. It's too difficult. I have friends who have appointments with me because I want to hear what I need. I'll hear what I want to hear, not what I need to hear. So nobody can interpret that stuff for me. So that's the power of support. That's my dad, Ashley Zimmerman. Many of you know him. He studied the AIDS library. Yes, They study other initiative, which is that's still going on. So I had to learn after I got out of Carrier Clinic, I needed more help. My parents really didn't want me to come back home. So I went to this place called the Devon House for the Pet Children in Keyport, New Jersey. And that was a 3-month stay with a year of follow-up. They could finish your treatment, you had to go, and they said, if you start to relapse, send it right to a state facility. And don't let them come home. Because if you miss, forget it. So that's where a lot of this journey began. Because after that, I had to learn how to go and advocate for myself, because we just had AID back then, and it was only like AZT and some other crappy drugs that were out there. I think we had medicines out there that were on so much stuff. And I had to go from there. I was a PA guy. I was in Jersey. I moved out of the trust fund, Louis 65, I was 18 in New Jersey. And I had to go around in Jersey to find out which pharmacy would take my AID, because they didn't have to take it. They would say, you know, we're not going to take that insurance, we're not going to take it at all. So you have to really fight for yourself. But once I got ACT, that was every 4 hours. I mean, you were in like movie theater in New York or anywhere, and people were going off. And you knew that there were a group of people that had taken AZT. We had huge pill burdens that a lot of people don't have today. And from some of the side effects, I had facial wasting. Some a beautiful body, I was a swimmer, facial wasting, I had all this extra fat in my stomach. That stuff is going to go away. So I did study with Dr. Brady. Before he suggested that, this took me to Geneva. So that gave me some opportunities to go to Geneva, Relay's conference. Been to the UN twice for Relay's Day. With Elizabeth Taylor and Taylor Prim. I got to sit next to Kenneth Cole, 60. That was great. Great opportunity, and I went. And getting there, I was looking for Bristol Myers Squibb, and that's when I got to go to Relay's Day. The way I did it was, I was going around, I was really doing much with my life, it was just really existing. Came back from Paris, and my father said, if you think to support your lifestyle, you're crazy. So I became copy boy at Bristol Myers Squibb, and he had college in it. So I was just photocopying, making these little booklets for people to take to these conferences. Well, they found out that I was at the House on Fire Island. It was like major AIDS activists like Peter Stilling, I should most of you know him. He got into the condo at Jesse Helm's house. And I was really glad that he got $10,000 from David Geffen for that. He just walked up and he had cash out, so Peter took it. But he did some other great things. So it was like Peter Stilling, Stephen Geffen, Robert Shulman was Tom Chill's business manager. So, it was a great place to learn about HIV and advocacy and fighting and planning for things. So I guess I found that purpose in community after, struggling to decide what I was going to do it. Because I really didn't have any purpose, but being with my boss, Mike Stevens, getting an opportunity to work with him in the Phase 4 group, post-marketing studies, because most people realize in the old days it took like 10 years for us to come from research all the way up to marketing. Now, in those days, what was it, 24 we study about drug market, and then we do these post-marketing studies, stuff like the drug distribution for that. So I made some of my friends honorary doctors so they could get free meds because like Monica Johnson in rural Louisiana didn't need medics like that. I just made her a doctor. And nobody knew it. I said, no one sent me a thank you note. Because I didn't know about my mail. I didn't want to go to jail, but basic supplies, for AIDS, to those sent to South America. He would do that all the time, and he was guaranteeing that people would get their meds. So I was in a great position to do that. I was ready to go to jail for that. Because I had the opportunity to have meds. A lot of people didn't, and it's hard to work for a Fortune 500 company like Bristol Myers Squibb. That distinction between the haves and the nots was very, very big to me. And I said, well, make sure that people that don't have. So I think now, as a guy living with HIV for over 38 years, March 1987, I was 23, I'm 62, right? It's been a journey, and it's, I'm not perfect at what I do. I don't pretend to be perfect. I still have my struggles, my battles, my demons, but because of friends that are there to be unconditional love and support, they can keep me going on those days that, I don't want to get out of bed and I don't want to shower. Those people are there for me. So if I could say anything in lasting words, I like to put my glasses up so I can see this fully. You should always have hope, because if you don't have hope, you have absolutely nothing. You always have something to live for. You always have a plan for your future, because back in the day, people selling their life insurance, and they were going down to party, and they were dying down in Florida, wherever they were going. But there's always a future, there's some really bright lines that maybe someday I find a cure for all this. So don't forget that. Remember, you have to be willing to accept any challenge that you have. You can overcome any challenge. So that defeats attitude usually won't last very long. And you have to accept change, because everything's always changing, every day, all day, whether it be that comes out of that idiot's mouth or not. But you also have to be a very active participant in your healthcare. And I think it's become more evident as today, as you see there's less case management available. yourself, you have to just get the courage. It's not that hard. It's your life. You know, and I have parents who are big now, so I kind of love that. So, and then remember one thing: relationships with your providers, your friends, and they be toxic. That's not a marriage. You need to divorce anytime you talk about it. You have to stay with them. And then remember one thing: no is your sweet sex.
Amen.
When you say no, you have to explain. You were an adult when I met you. You were grown. So just remember that. And if anything, I just want to say thank you to everyone.